Hello and welcome back to HCS Anaheim, our NA Regional Finals. Top 16 teams, $150,000 on the line. Our second official LAN for Halo Infinite. It's damn good to be back. I'm Shyway. I'm joined with Tony once again. Tony, my man, how you doing? How's the tournament been for you so far?
Tournament is absolutely fantastic. I mean, we had 2 games casted by Shurzy and Jen, which were excellent. We got to cast a really good matchup, and that was so fun. And here are some of the pools that we're seeing right now. Cloud9, 2-0. Sentinels right behind them, 1-1 as far as pools go. Meanwhile, in Pool B, FaZe are undefeated, and it's actually G1 who are splitting the 1-1, not Fnatic and not Space Station. That's a big deal.
Right.
Want to walk us through some of that the bottom side of it?
I mean, like you said, it's great to see so many matches going on so many different places here. Pool C, of course, Optic currently 1-0. You got G2 1-0 as well. eUnited currently 1-0 in their pools. In Pool D, Pioneers. We just got to witness that series previously, of course. Pioneers, XSET. Looks like XSET, who are, of course, 0-1, they're going to have to go up against eUnited, so no easy task for them. And, of course, 4 different pools, conveniently 4 different places. You can watch the action as well. Currently, of course, we're on twitch.tv/Xbox. That is the Bravo stream. I expect you to have twitch.tv/Halo open already. That's the Alpha stream, your main broadcast. But there's also a Charlie, a Delta broadcast as well, HCS_Red and _Blue. None of these matches will not be streamed. They're all being streamed. You can't miss them.
And can we just give a giant thank you to Xbox for sponsoring this stream right here? All of you guys in the chat making some noise. It wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Xbox, so thank you so much.
Yeah.
And for being in the chat, you will be rewarded with some fantastic Twitch drops. I'm not sure if you guys saw that BR Psychic and AR skin, but it is really sexy.
I mean, they look beautiful. And, Tony, I'll be honest, I did not grind Halo 5 enough to get to 152. And, you know, I will say that the skins, they look a little similar. So I feel good about picking these up. They're both nice. That's fair. They're both nice. So definitely get those drops, pick up those skins. And, of course, while you do it, let's just remind you of the prize pool in this tournament. Because, of course, some of the skins that you purchase, they crowdfund this prize pool as well. Tony, you can see it was originally $125,000. You've got $150K on the line for these teams now.
Yeah, whoever ends up winning this tournament, I better give a giant thank you to us, the fans who are participating in this prize pool, because I literally bought every skin. I am the biggest fanboy there is. I love them all, and I use them quite a bit. Cloud9 is always winning, though.
That's the thing. I bought 2. I bought the Envy one because I heard that's going to have to, at some point, leave the store. Yeah. Exclusive. Make sure you pick that one up. And then Optic. Hopefully we get an Optic skin at some point. And then I bought C9 because C9, they're running the league at the moment. We'll see if they continue to do so. But, man, so much coming up in this event, of course, Tony. We've got our matchup coming up next. Can't wait to cast it. eUnited, XSET. We casted Fnatic, XSET.
Yes. Close
at some points. But, unfortunately, XSET, they struggled to keep up.
Yeah.
And what does that tell you coming up against eUnited? I mean, it seems like the road's only steeper.
Well, the one thing I know about XSET and their Pioneers matchup is that I always felt like they were in it. Like, I feel like they were always one play or a couple plays away from actually stealing those games away, especially in that Strongholds game where we saw a massive comeback for them, and them also ultimately coming out with the win against Pioneers, arguably their best game type. eUnited, though, they're on another level. You thought KCP had that good teamwork, man. eUnited on another level. Look at those beautiful faces that we're seeing on screen.
I mean, this team, it feels like a roster that's just meant to be together. Something about the way that these players play, the way that they approach the game, I just feel like they're so in sync. And it's this beautiful harmony. On top of the fact that we talk about Cloud9 and their dominance in Halo Esports, eUnited is right there. They're right below. They got second place in Raleigh. They continue to perform at a high standard. XSET, I think, still a question mark, right? And you still have new additions to this team as well. Of course, XSET on screen.
I mean, there's one question I don't have, is that Suspector drops bodies.
He's nasty. He's
Suppressed, too. I mean, we're going to go back to the fact that game 2 in the series we casted, Suppressed didn't have the best game. But right after that, leading
Bounce
Slayer, back-to-back games, and obviously the final one didn't come out with the win. Pioneers able to come out on top, but really Suppressed was the one to kind of keep his team in it when it came to his slaying prowess.
Suspector, Suppressed, you got a lot of big hitters on this team. Let's take a closer look at Suspector and a closer look at Spartan on the other side of eUnited, because when it comes to main Slayers, I mean, this is the ultimate main Slayer matchup right here. First, Suspector, I mean, he's running the league with top KD, but Spartan, no slouch.
Yeah, definitely not. You notice that Spartan's going to have a lower KD compared to XSET, but lots of times eUnited does end up going up against tougher competition because they last later in some of these tournaments. On top of that, Spartan's also a high damage type of teammate. You notice he has 18 kills, literally only 2 behind Suspector, and then the accuracy at 60%.
Yeah.
This young man doesn't miss a shot. I remember back in Halo 5, we both played on 3-2 sensitivity. We both played on a very slow sensitivity, and that was one of the reasons why he would never miss, and I'm sure he's been carrying that into Halo Infinite.
It's two things. It's his accuracy is insane, and it's his strafe as well. If you ever catch Spartan in a strafe, no, he's got this technique to his strafe where he will, let's say he's left-right, he'll strafe left and crouch at the same time, and then right stand. Left crouch, well, I'm doing the strafe IRL apparently, but it's just
I like it. One more time.
Combination of the two, it's honestly so tricky. I saw a play with APG where he completely lost his aim, couldn't keep up in that one situation because of Sparty's strafe. So it's a combination of factors that make this man a main slayer, and I'm sure that firepower we're going to see in this matchup.
Yeah, with that type of strafe, you missing just one shot, it can be the difference maker in a gunfight.
Yeah.
With one shot, and Spartan's going to make you pay for it, and it's crazy to me that he's focused so much on that strafe and still hitting his shots. If I focus too much on my strafe, I start missing my own shots. But I mean, he's an animal, and I'm casting.
Fair enough.
Whatever.
I think I got that problem with just focusing too much on movement in general, whether it's a strafe or a jump or whatever. Hard to keep up. Of course, these players, they run the show, though. Let's see what they do in this series. We got our layout on screen. Strongholds on Streets to start this. We got Slayer and Aquarius, CTF Bazaar, and if we get there, Oddball Recharge, Slayer on Live Fire. The interesting thing about this series, Tony, is that these two teams, they do not have a lot of matchup EXP. Similar to the last series with XSET and Pioneers, XSET never played any scrims with the United. They also haven't played any scrims. Sorry, they didn't play with Pioneers. They also haven't played any scrims with eUnited. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, we're going to find out in this series.
Yeah, I mean, maybe eUnited don't know what kind of strategies XSET's going to bring to it. I mean, I saw Kratos with his fist up. Clearly, he wants to fight. I mean, I guess you got to bring it to the streets. Strongholds, which is going to be game number 1. And I will say, obviously, eUnited are the favorites on paper. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you at all, guys. I wouldn't do that to you. However, if there's one team that's like that ultimate underdog, like I feel like that can take a win off of almost anybody, I think it's XSET. You're talking about Suspector and Kratos, who got second place during the, I believe it was a 2016 Halo World Championship.
Okay.
Earned some $500,000 right there. I mean, that ain't no jump change, you know what I'm saying?
2016 in esports years, Tony, that's half a decade at least.
I'm trying.
I'm just saying, it's so much has happened since 2016. As talented as Kratos, Suspector were, and they continue to get better. Can they maintain any of that in this new era of Halo with Halo Infinite? So far, it's still a question mark, right? Especially with the recent additions to their team, the lack of scrims that we've seen with them. I think, like you said, they can slay. There's potential for these boys, but I think we need to see it early. I think we need to see it in Streets on Strongholds, or they might run out of steam early on as well. eUnited, they're coming out hot. They're coming out efficient.
I remember during Rally, there was an interview with Kratos, and I kid you not, he literally said, SSG have to prepare for us on land. Of
course,
and we all know Kratos has a loud mouth.
Sure.
But there kind of is some truth to it. For a player like Kratos who wants to get into your mental, if you're not mentally strong and you come in with any kind of insecurities or no confidence whatsoever, Kratos is going to try to pounce on that. He's going to be loud. He's going to try to get in your face. So I know it's kind of a troll, and of course it's Kratos, but there is kind of some truth to that because hey, when Kratos starts screaming, you better be laser locked in and make sure you bounce back and put it back on him.
And maybe we saw a bit of that in the last series with Pioneers, right? If you happen to witness it, Recharge Strongholds, Manny feeling a little confident. He gets a double kill onto XSET, and then he starts bagging. Next thing you know, XSET, they wake up, they turn the game around, and they clutch up, and they take that game. So if you're going to put Kratos, you're going to put XSET in a corner, and you're going to start, teabagging, you're going to start body disrespecting, just prepare for them to wake up. Like you said, though, if you're not confident, then you might falter. Unfortunately for XSET, every single team, every player at this level, they're confident. They wouldn't be here if they weren't confident. So I'm expecting a brawl regardless. I just think that eUnited, they've got the experience together. They've got the accolades, second place in Raleigh, and all of their performances they've had in Pro Series leading up to this. It's hard to doubt them. If I had to make a prediction, Tony, I'm going eUnited. What are you thinking?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going 3-1 eUnited 100%. What's gonna be the deciding factor for me is you saw the man on screen, Spartan. He's actually ranked 5th when it comes to Pro Series KD and damage that he puts out. Who's tied with him? Rain. his teammate having the same exact KD ratio in all of the Pro Series. So if those two are popping off, XSET's going to have a real trouble. The XSET needs to shut down eUnited, specifically Spartan and Reign.
Their stats look good. Their ranks look good. Of course, all that matters is their LAN performance. Tony, here we go. Streets, Strongholds, XSET, eUnited. Let's see it happen. Let's see how they break off the rip, if they can earn the many weapons on display. Got the thrust, the rockets, the shoddy, the stalker, so many to keep track of.
Yeah, you saw the thrust. The thrust going to be really powerful if they're spawning over towards the C side of the map. You want to get a hold of that thrust. Meanwhile, if you spawn towards PD, I think getting a hold of that drop shield or drop wall and going in for the Bulldog is really crucial to getting those slays and then ultimately leading you towards the rockets, which everybody wants a piece of the pie. Once you pick up those rockets, it's almost guaranteed 2 kills in the right hands, and everybody here is the right hand.
It's definitely no mystery that high ground dominates on this map, Tony. We'll see if they can grab their weapons, flip the map in their favor, earn B and A, especially that B stronghold, that center position that you have, the ability to impact all these angles. We'll see what they do. Of course, the starting strat sets the precedent, and so far a couple traits as Reign makes his way to rockets. He actually gets out. So we'll see if eUnited can make a play off this opening.
Love the shots coming in off of Reign, holding everybody back over toward that C stair side. He gets almost an open alley to steal those rockets away, and now he's guarding the purple street side literally almost by himself.
That high ground starting strat seems to work out really well for him. Of course, it's, you know, I don't know if it's a seed advantage that's going to give you that PD start, but they had the setup. They got A and B. They got where did that rocket go? It went to the other street, the back street, Tony, not on the map apparently. And because of it, Reign forced to set back a little bit. B and C now in control for XSET as Reign does what he can to survive back alley. Not looking good for him.
That must be so frustrating for Tim. Like, he has the rockets, he's guarding Purple Street. He hears that his player's coming towards the B Street side, so he rotates over there with the rockets, does everything right, and then his rockets just disappear on him. Meanwhile, Suppressed, now having the Stalker rifle in hand, not going to go into a battle with that player over towards the A side. Can he get the finishing kill? It's being very tough, and now Suppressed was on the offense, tries to run away, but not able to get away with his life.
I mean, they don't call him Ryan Noob Nerds for nothing. The dude was impossible to shoot. He was being such a nuisance. Because of it, he got the kill, he got the Stalker, and a double to follow up. I believe that weapon sits down. Talked about Sparty coming into it. This man, he's got a shot. He's accurate. You're going to want to watch out on the other side of this BR. You can see that eUnited have now recollected top map. They're going to get A back and a setup opportunity for them. Reign already opposite perimeter. Sparty going to enter the middle here. We'll see what he does.
eUnited still spawning over towards the A side of the map, and they have no problem holding on to this high ground that you were mentioning before. It's definitely the strong side here, but you have to win your gunfights, which Spartan's not able to do so, and that might be exactly what XSET wanted for them to start to advance forward and maybe steal away Bravo, which is arguably the most important plot.
I mean, what XSET definitely didn't want was the rocket combo that Ryan Doob's currently rocking here, I guess. The man's going to hit a slide to make it back to B as well. Still got a rocket in the chamber. Doesn't elect to use it just yet. Reign holding down tires in the center, already picks up a kill as well. So the advantage in numbers and the lock that they've got on the map here. You can see Arctic Suppressed will turn A, but Ryan Duke is just waiting for the opportunity here. Oh no.
Oh, he gets a boom. Ryan Noob. 2 kills, 1 rocket, and now pressure coming in because he knows that there's 2 spawners over toward the purple street side, even able to get the assist on the 3rd one. While all this is happening, they're stealing away Alpha to put the trip cap on. I've always been impressed with eUnited with the way they're able to change the pace of the game. They can slow things down, speed things up, literally on a dime.
I mean, talking about slowing things down, Ryan Noob's ability to bait those players into A to then use the rockets when it counts. He's just pestering them from the doorway, not challenging. Little situations like this. I mean, Ryan Noob's been living in PD. The man's got a killing spree because he keeps coming out with perfect timing and then finding the kill or finding the distraction that he needs to pull eUnited back into map control. Spartan right now going to take full advantage. That's a B cap for them, a trip cap on lock, 121 and counting. I mean, XSET, they're flailing to start.
Ryan, it must be a Fed the way he just walked in and just owning PD like that. He's just, nobody contesting him over there. Meanwhile, Spartan holding down the B Street by himself, not paying any rent whatsoever. Arctic stealing that heaven position right above PD, and now XSET are really trying to fight for that A control. They can't even get a double cap here, though. eUnited are still holding Bravo and Charlie at the same time.
Uh-oh, Spartans lost resources here. Man's in trouble. This is the best opening we've seen all game from XSET. They just dropped multiple here. Last one up, Rain still takes a trade. So he'll hurt the defenses just a little bit, but the timing of the slays at XSET, they've got map control advantage in position for Rockets as well. Rain going to continue to put shots in, but their options limited. They got to break out, and they didn't quite do it in time. I think Arctic might have slipped away with the Rockets, so big potential here for XSET if they make a play.
Arctic currently 8-7 right now with 2 assists. We're on board with him. Excellent shots going down, assists and kills across the board. Exeter not only winning their individual battles, but they're also holding on to a double cap while simultaneously moving for the trip cap. Able to momentarily get it, but in the efforts, they end up losing Bravo. It looks like Arctic not caring whatsoever. He's actually going to go for a double kill. Rain going down to 1 shot. Arctic finally able to take him down, and numbers still in favor of Team XSET.
Beautiful little rotation out of Arctic here, getting to B in time to clean up kills. Spawn up in PD though, so you can see how quick eUnited are to try to bounce back into B, but killing spree on board for Arctic as the man just keeps going. He's got a double, and that'll set the spawns back to C as well. You can see Rain is there also, or already, which is perfect for XSET as they continue to deal damage off of their spawns here. They're now stuck back subway.
The man formerly of G2 is going off at the moment. His 3 teammates having 14 kills combined. Meanwhile, he's sitting there with 13 literally by himself.
Damn.
He's really starting to go off. Spartan going to do everything he can to try to slow down Arctic, but here we go. We have to get him back on screen. The man's going off.
I mean, it looks like he's a good pickup. Of course, Arctic coming off of G2. I heard on the low this man was dropped from G2. You know, maybe not a good decision because XSET now picking him up, and all of a sudden he's making plays here. He's got the shoddy back pocket. B currently contested, not for long. If Arctic's got something to say about it, he'll take one. It looks like Suspector going to bounce into B, give him an opportunity, but the defense still going strong from Arctic as he tries to lock it down. Multiple challengers out front though, and he can't quite find his weapon in time.
Spartan able to get the cleanup kill, but while all that happens, Suppress sneaks in, gets 1, but not able to take down 2. King Nick coming out top, the young man out of New Jersey, clearing out B, stealing it away, and now we have a double cap back in favor of eUnited. Holding on to the B side, you notice there'll be multiple players coming from purple. They need to lock things down and continue to get slays. King Nick well aware of that, but he's taking some heavy damage.
Tony, I'm pretty sure during eUnited's push into B, XSET took advantage of the timing to get the Rockets and pull Rockets out. You can see it, Kratos has it on the feed. So Kratos has already picked up a kill with Rockets. Not sure if he's burned both just yet, but because of it, they've earned both A and B, and a melee trade in the favor of Suspector will give him presence on the C. So pressure all of a sudden on the side of eUnited as they look to break free.
Switching gears over towards Arctic, who ends up being taken down. Thank courtesy of Rain's beautiful nade right there. 2 down, go Team XSET. eUnited looking to take advantage as another assist coming into play. And King Nick looking to up the tempo and steal back Bravo, which they're able to do.
eUnited managed to flip the map back in their favor. Because of it, they're going to try to play defense, assuming they don't have to deal with Suspector close range. You don't want to get near this man. Thankfully, Rain does bounce out. The shoddy not going to stay in play as well. Whoever gets there, of course, gets both a thrust and a shotgun. Big pickup there. A and C in favor of XSET now, too. So XSET still clawing back despite the strong opening start we had at eUnited. This is nail-bitingly close, Tony.
Yeah, I told you, XSET is one of those teams, like I said, any given Sunday, or I guess now Friday, they can take down even the best of the best. It's a been there, done that roster. They know exactly what they need to do to accomplish to be successful. Now it's really all about just simply executing as Arctic controlling the tire side, having multiple players with them, so the teamwork coming out of XSET. And this team is always big on getting assists. You're seeing that right now. They are funneling multiple players over toward the B side. Arctic ends up getting the kill. 2 down once again, go eUnited, and finally Arctic going to be taken down, but the damage has been done.
Arctic really wanted to take advantage there and knock them back off spawn, get time on the C. Unfortunately, he died, but the setup still remains for XSET here. Suppressed Suspector, and they'll trade out. You've got Rain and multiple members of eUnited dropping XSET and getting the kills they need to pick up Rockets here. So all of a sudden, eUnited, despite not having control, things are about to change as soon as Raidu gets an opportunity. Looks like C is the play. Suspector out front. Interesting choice with the Rockets. Ends him in a trade. And there's a chance for someone to pick those up.
You said things were about to change. Ryan, who had the game changer in his hands, but sadly wasn't able to secure that kill.
Okay.
And now those Rockets are going to be taken advantage of by Kratos, who goes right after his duo Rain. So a missed opportunity for eUnited, and Exeter taking advantage as they once again holding on to a double cap and approaching that 220-point mark.
XSET with the lead in the end game here. Kratos with a massive kill on this Sparty. 26 accounting here. About to close it out. Ryan hiding in the corner back C, though. He's going to wait for his opportunity to dip his toe in. While that happens, Rain trying to lock it down, but two members of XSET currently pushing A to get the reset on it. Ryan did enter C, so he's currently capping that. He'll get the time in his favor, but they can't afford mistakes. 2:29 on the side of XSET. One little round of control, and things could be over for them. And look at this, Suspector's waiting for an opportunity here.
Suspect slowing things down, waiting for the right opportunity to strike, ends up getting an easy kill, goes down to one shot, but looks like he's going to be able to live, and now going back into that Charlie, trying to get back to that double cap here.
No.
Both of these teams about tied up, and it's really anybody's game. No team can make any mistakes in the first double cap going in favor of XSET.
Oh, so unfortunate for XSET right there. Suspector getting caught, Shoddy not out, losing the fight on C because of it. As I say it, though, XSET no problem getting control, right? 240 and counting here. Last 10 seconds to close it out. eUnited, they got to get in the hill. They got to do it quick. Can they even do so in time? B's going to be the play here. King Nick finally jumps in at 247. He'll take Suspector. That's a spree for him. And they do manage to collect both B and C. Can they do this, though? Suspector got the reset. Suspector in the last second got the kill in the reset on the B to take the game with 250 to 223.
Plays were made. Suppress ends up going down, like you said before. While all that is happening, his team was excelling, getting those slays. They stole the double cap. They had the setup locked in. It looked a little grim when eUnited flew in with the Rockets, but Suspector comes in, gets the reset, closes this thing out, and now game number one going in favor of XSET. We said eUnited were the favorites on paper. What happened?
Favorites changed all of a sudden. You know, like we said coming into this, they didn't have scrim experience, so it's a bit of a question mark for eUnited to go up against XSET in this game, so they might not be sure what to expect. Something that I had talked with the casters about off stream as well was the fact that sometimes with some of these lesser known teams like XSET that's kind of more recently formed, I think for some of these top teams, they expect certain timings and certain strategies. And when those timings and those strategies don't take place, they're kind of thrown off. So maybe that's part of what took place. Also, Tony, I have no idea what happened in the end there with Suspector, right? You had Ryan Nuke, and you had, was it Rain with the shotgun? In B, all of a sudden Suspector comes in, he takes both kills. So I wonder where he found that opportunity.
Either way, XSET coming out big on that one. Man, Suspector, look at the stats here. I mean, everybody almost at 5,000 damage. Suspector really going off to steal that game away with that reset when, you know, back against the wall right there. 250 to 223 in game number one. Next up is going to be Slayer on Aquarius. A much different pace in this game, and eUnited need a bit of a change right here because that must be a fairly devastating loss, but here we go. Aquarius, Slayer, first to 50 kills take the win. 12 minutes on the clock. Camouflage up towards top mid. Each team having access to a thruster. And don't forget about that heat wave and those dynamo grenades, which are both going to be absolutely deadly.
Tony, you said the pace in this one might be different. I'm going to have to disagree. The pace it might even be quicker. It's going to be very fast paced. I mean, that is still different. You're right. It's going to be a fast paced game, that's for sure, especially with Slayer, especially with the size of this map, the open sight lines as well. The moment you get the camo, that heat wave, the thrust, you are on their spawn immediately. And we'll see who can take over the opening strat. It sets the momentum, it sets the pace for the game here, so they need to win it.
If there's any team that could bounce back and tie up this series, it's most likely going to be eUnited. I mean, this is a team that, like we said before, are the favorites. Their teamwork is absolutely incredible, and they have two players that can go off in the slays column, being Spartan and Rain, literally at any given moment. It's funny because Rain, we always get mentioned by commentators, by teammates, that Rain is literally one of the most underrated players in the game, and we're starting to see that here in the Pro Series, where 1.36 KD, and also one of the best comms in the game. If he can shoot and communicate, that's a perfect player in my opinion.
If the man is underrated, then let's give him a spotlight, right? Here's an opening kill on the Suspector so he can showcase his plays. Of course, very quickly after Arctic will shut him down. Kratos gets a kill as well. And it looks like the opening actually going to go in favor of XSET as they drop 3. Sparty already caught out front in trouble. Ryan Nuke here to try to pick up a trade, but thankfully for XSET, the teamwork right now as they bait and switch. My God, Arctic, what a way to work the door. He finally dies. He opened that up for his team. Because he stayed alive as long as he did, they just got 3 dead.
Yeah, we were talking about Timothy too much. Arctic says, you need to start talking about me. It's my show here. Shots go down all the way over towards Spartan onto bottom B side, but seemingly coming out of nowhere. Arctic ends up going down, but the first 1-2 with eUnited have dropped 2 players since, so the numbers advantage still in favor of Team XSET, and Suppress wants to take advantage of that, especially having the Heat Wave in hands.
Heat Wave is a perfect opportunity for Suppressed and his playmaking potential. We'll see if he can put it together. Unfortunately, he is alone. So you better sit and crouch, my dude. He's going to just sit back here for a second. And the issue is on Dynamos, this is exactly where XSET want to be. So expect him to come through the doors immediately. Nick will take the kill. Unfortunately for XSET, that gives King Nick everything. The Heat Wave, the thrust, the Dynamos, and a double kill. Maybe a triple as well, unless Suppress will shut him down.
Well, at least Suppress gets to join his friends on the black screen right there, because he goes down, and so do all 4 members of Team XSET. Ryan Noob now getting himself a Heat Wave largely because of it, and all of the players kind of stuck over towards the P side. Look at Rain come in and clean up house as another 2 down go XSET. They're starting to stagger their deaths one at a time. This is not looking good for Team XSET.
And the timing that they fought back is beautiful, because the camo is about to pop as well. It looks like XSET are back up on the map, in position to contest it. Rain does not want to desperate right away. What a switch on Observer. That scared me. That scared the hell out of me. But that's a melee kill down as well, as we say it, right? XSET with I want to say an advantage, but I take it back. 17 on the board here as eUnited continue to pull away from it. And Sparty somehow lives in that situation, which just makes things even more difficult for XSET. Ryan Noob now with a camo and a Heat Wave.
I feel like every time we hop on Ryan Noob's screen, he has a Heat Wave or say something in his hands. He's really doing a great job of controlling the sandbox, but it's kind of going to be hard to control that when you're on the black screen. Suspector now going to advance forward towards utility, but the car side is where the Dynamo grenades spawn, and they are flying in, giving the intel, putting in the damage. Suspector didn't stand a chance.
The beauty of that Dynamo, that I think it was Sparty, knowing to check his corners in that situation, because the Dynamo has the tick, and it lets the player know that there is an opponent in the room being damaged. Arctic taking damage currently, and in trouble. Suspector here to help. Nate's tagging him up. Gonna try to play patiently in the door, but Ryan Noob, he's just got those ears, man. I think he could just hear it, or maybe the insight from his teammates. This gives Ryan Noob the moment that he was looking for to challenge.
Ryan Noob now going in for a flank. Meanwhile, the player just running away for dear life. Kratos coming in for the challenge onto the P side, and finally Ryan Noob is going to slow things down, allow his teammates to push up, and ultimately get a collapse together, as it is a 27-19 lead in favor of eUnited, and they're continuously getting slays on the kill feed.
This is so nice out of Ryan Noob, anchoring from the base. Gives Rain an opportunity to light things up from center map and take a triple, and all of a sudden it's 30-19. But like I said, Tony, having that one player in the back of the base just so they can open up and create a shell on the map and make it so easy to predict and locate spawners, all of a sudden XSET, they're in so much trouble. Oh, nice jump too, that was quick.
XSET are indeed in trouble. Something needs to change right here, right now. Otherwise, this series is going to be tied up. Rain getting another cleanup kill. The communication coming out of eUnited. Also, the quick to respond is amazing. I mean, you could be an active person who calls out, but being an active listener is even better, as Rain getting another one. Arctic finally going to shut him down by coming in for the cleanup off of screen.
I feel like you never expect it, but with the Heat Wave, you always got to watch out for the bounce back, right? Because I think Suspector might have nicked his own knees with the bounce back on the Heat Wave there, effectively ruining his push. And because of it, they are at a further deficit, if anything, right now 35-25, 10 kills behind. XSET need to find a moment of freedom to regain here. We do get a trade down bottom mid, Suppressed and Sparty going to hit the screen. The black screen, like you like to say it, Tony. But it's just not enough, right? Trades aren't going to work here.
Trades are not going to work indeed. They need to make something happen. They need to start getting some good squad wipes. I'm talking 2-3 downs, but keeping all players alive. But easier said than done when you're going up against eUnited. Another big kill coming out of young Timothy. Suspector's over toward utility side, and he did get a spawner with them, which is Kratos. So maybe they can defend the car side as Rain is catching some grenades, but also has some backup coming in.
Sparty, Suspector, they'll drop Perfect opportunity with the Dynamo Nades from Rain here, but unfortunately can't quite find the opening. 42 now on board. As 8 kills left to close out the game here. XSET, how do they answer? Maybe with a couple, teammates. That could help things a little bit. They're gonna have to do that quite a bit more though. Arctic can't fly in and get a kill. And their chance is looking more grim by the second here, Tony, unfortunately.
Almost all players at eUnited in the double digits. Meanwhile, XSET really struggling in that column, and obviously that's the reason why they're currently losing. Suspector shots going over toward the car side. His teammate goes for camera, but he kind of went in at the same time. As that's the communication that's coming in out of XSET. But luckily, Arctic stealing away the camouflage, starting to make some plays. 2 down, go eUnited, and maybe they can make a run.
If Arctic can pop off here, I don't know if you can hear this on our stream or what, but a series just finished right beside us. Fnatic, or I don't know if it's a series that finished, but there's hype going on in the main broadcast. Make sure you have twitch.tv/Halo open as you watch this. But it looks like we got excitement all over the venue here, Tony. Excitement as eUnited look to tie up this series in just a few seconds as well. Now 48.
Yeah, that series might have just ended, but this one is just getting started right now. It's XSET and eUnited, and they are going at it. Most likely we're going to see a tied-up series after this one, because it looks like eUnited only need one more kill. Rain put him down to 1 shot, but not able to get the finishing.
Just 1 kill left to close this. eUnited, who's it going to be? Is it King Nick who gets it? Going to sit in the back of the base here. XSET, they're playing this carefully. Of course, you want to play every game like it's your last. So I respect this. Despite the 9-kill deficit, they do get 1. They got to keep working at it. Slowly but surely, they'll take another. Now 42. It's not unwinnable, but highly unlikely. 43. Spartan just wants the final kill, and he can't seem to get it. As they slowly close the gap. Still a tall hill to climb here.
Yes, and with that round of lives, everybody at eUnited were trying to make some individual plays, and each one of them failed. It's all three out of 4 members end up going down, and XSET are clawing their way back into it. Ryan Noob going to be that final player to go down here as XSET are starting to make a run, suppressed, pinging left and right. And look at the scoreboard. It's going down, and that's going to be it. Finally, eUnited finally the 50th kill, but man, XSET almost made an incredible comeback either way. Tied up at 1 apiece. Finally, eUnited are on the board.
Of course, eUnited, they looked like they had that. It looked inevitable.
Yeah.
But you got to respect the signs of life out of XSET at the end of that game to pull it as close as they did. Even though eUnited win that, they win that probably annoyed a little bit too. It's like, where's the final kill? Can somebody just clutch up and get the kill? What's going on? And it kind of brings you into that next game with a stunted mindset, maybe a little bit. I know eUnited, they're experienced individuals in their own right, so they'll be fine jumping into it. But for XSET, if anything, that gives you confidence that you can still continue to make plays and to take back the lead in this series, of course, now tied 1-1. By the way, Tony, we got the update. Apparently, Fnatic just won their series with Space Station. The whole venue popped off, which is nice to see. Love some hype on LAN Halo. Yeah,
it's a big win. And yeah, I can only imagine if I'm eUnited, Chig's probably in the back coaching and saying, hey, look, we're just looking for that 1 kill. They won a few individual gunfights, and it's not a big deal as far as them starting to climb their way back into it. What I will say on the other side of things, though, don't let that mindset change. eUnited are very well known for being that well-rounded team as far as in the teamwork. They're always putting in shots, always listening to each other, and getting those easy cleanup kills. No one-shots get away alive. You saw it there where King Nick was kind of going in for a flank by himself. Spotted, it dies. Spartan goes in for what he thinks the individual gunfight. Kratos comes in and cleans him up. Ryan Noob was sitting over towards Fridge largely because all his teammates die. He gets cleaned up. So XSET, I don't want them to get into this kind of groove where, hey, look, we're gonna be taking individual gunfights. Like, no, get back to your bread and butter. Roll in pairs, listen to each other's call-outs, and like you always do, don't allow any one shot to get away alive. And that's what eUnited are so good at.
I expect eUnited to come back, regain. Of course, they took the game, so they're going to come back with a lot of confidence in this. But like you said, XSET at the very end of that, showcasing teamwork that they didn't have early on in the series, early on in the game, where they're rolling in pairs. They're working together. They're making it so damn difficult for a single player to pull away a trade. And that's exactly how they have to play in CTF Bazaar. In a map like this, you need that full round of slays. You need that open map so you can run the flag in a very exposed center.
Especially as a team like XSET, who actually excel. They're always in the top 3 as far as getting assists. They're very similar to eUnited. They're also active listeners, always making sure that they're cleaning up kills as well. So that's why, and that kind of goes back to my main point again. Stay away from those what you think are individual gunfights, because it's probably Kratos coming out of nowhere to clean you up as we go into game number 3, CTF on Bazaar.
Right.
What are some of the keys to success when going into Bazaar?
The biggest thing is just going to be if you can get that clean round of slays and do so with the weapons, of course, center map. You're going to have to earn control of the center of the map. Something we talked with Clutch about previously is that the typical opening point you'd want to control would be rocket side. Whether or not rockets are there, you've got a sight line you can cross very easily to majority of the inside of the map. Of course, you can't quite impact the BR doorway, but everything else, the treehouse, the lockers, this gives your team an opportunity to push up, start to take control of center. If you get around to slays in center, you get an opening to that flag, but it's not over just yet, right? You got to be ready for the spawners spawning up in the alleyway who will overextend, and you got to kind of beat them to the overextension, try to pick them off, and patiently get that flag through instead of kind of the desperation play for it. It's a battle of attrition. It's a slow process typically, unless you got a grapple. Apparently you can speed things up as well. Remember, we've seen some plays where the flag will just hit bottom center, and if you got grapple, you're sitting up on treehouse, you just bring it right to you, and you skip a lot of the map. So we'll see how they play it.
Yeah, I love that Clutch kind of brought that insight in with controlling the rocket side, because once you have that rocket control and get around the slays, you can get into your opponent's cafe. You can be a real nuisance over towards the cafe.
Right.
Multiple exits to get out, put down shots, stay alive, and almost no one can account for you because you got to drop down towards Rocket Alley.
Right.
You could actually go out towards Bridge. So there's multiple exits where you can really be kind of crafty, but it starts with that rocket side control, and then you advance forward into cafe. On the other side of things, I think there's still a play you can make while controlling your opponent's palm trees, because when you're running the flag out towards mid, you can actually go to where the dynamo grenade spawn in that little tunnel, and then wrap your way towards Big Door, as long as you're watching for the spawners that are going to spawn over towards Rocket Alley. So I think there's a play to be made there. Either way, I think the name of the game is control a perimeter and be aware of where the spawners are coming from and put pressure on those spawns. I don't care if it's cafe side, I don't care if it's tree side, control bottom, whatever it is you want to do, make sure that the spawners aren't coming in and being effective while you're running that flag.
Your team should be aware of where your opponents are spawning. You should be intentionally forcing the spawn in those locations, right? As long as there's attention behind the play that your team is making, then you'll be ready for the follow-up, regardless of how you do it. We've seen some cheeky plays as well, where you get a player just kind of hiding behind double doors, or just sitting in lockers, sitting in the corner. There's a couple cheeky spots in some of these lockers where you can stand on top of, like, there's like a grating, like a metal sheet that kind of sits on a slant in the one of the lockers. You just sit on top of it, just kind of wait in the doorway, get the Bulldog shotgun as well. I mean, the perfect weapon to kind of camp around corners and completely disrupt things. So sometimes the patient play works out as well, and we'll see, what kind of combination of factors these teams pull together.
Yeah, and speaking of the sandbox, still, number one, controlling the sandbox, making sure you're getting your hands on all of those goodies, like the rockets, over towards the top tower side. Don't forget about the thrust and the grapple as well. You kind of mentioned it before. We casted a tournament where there was a player that literally ran up, grabbed the grapple, brought it over towards the bridge, and sat there, and then stole the flag from bottom mid right when it actually got here. It was an incredible play. You can really make some plays with the grapple, and that's why I want to see them control the sandbox. Don't forget about those manglers too. There's 2 of them on the map.
Too many, too many, Tony. Let me see some plays, that's for sure. So much playmaking opportunity. This is it right here, 1-1 in the series between eUnited and XSET. The opportunity to break the tie and set the momentum in your favor. Who will do it? We'll find out in this game 3.
Man, it's funny. We talked about the grapple, we talked about the manglers, and also the rockets as well. Let's not talk about the commando as well. Commando is such an interesting weapon. I feel like I can use it from long range. I feel like I can use it from short range. I feel like I'm really good with the commando with making multiple targets weak. Where I struggle is actually finishing that kill. I could put 2 or 3 people one shot with 1 or 2 clips, but I really struggle with getting that final headshot. Maybe it's just me.
I feel like I never play well with the commando. I feel like every time I pick that weapon up, I'm taking a risk where I could just be getting a kill with a BR instead. Personally, I don't know. I've seen some players pop off with it, like you said, though, and I've heard that Renegade. I mean, Renegade pops off with anything. The dude's nasty as hell. I think one of the coolest things is the drop combo in the commando. I think that there is potential with that weapon if you're dropping it, if you're swapping the BR to get the final headshot, regardless of how you shake it. I mean, every single one of these weapons on the map, they got value. They got use. We got the shoddy right in front of us. We got the ARs that spawn. The moment you spawn up, somebody's got to grab that AR, grab the thrust in combination. And that's a deadly combo to start a game, especially when you're fighting for OS, when you're fighting for grapple dynamos out center map.
Yeah, and before you obviously get to the power-ups, you know, you have to have that control of the pace of the game. So lots of times, you know, Bizarre Capture the Flag is not the most favored game type because it's really slow. You have to slow things down to make sure that you're securing those numbers before you're able to advance over for a power-up or power-up, before you're able to move forward and grab a flag. So it's not the most favorite map and game type combination when it comes to in ranked. However, it does test the skill team's fundamentals, and that's one thing I do like about watching Bizarre.
Let's see the fundamentals put to the test here. Of course, our game finally started, and we'll start on board here with Suppressed, who's already got the OS. Great positioning as well. He'll pick up a double for it, immediately get to the lockers. And I love that at a Suppressed, prioritizing positioning over follow-up slays here. Because he's got that positioning, his teammates now have an opportunity to pick up more kills.
Actually doing a fantastic job of surrounding eUnited, and it's only a matter of time before the collapse starts to come in. Suppressed literally walking at Rain at them when damage comes in, able to trade off kills, but there's another player in Spartan that ends up spawning over towards that AR side, and now he gets a chance to advance forward for free.
It was a good try at an XSET to start that game, but unfortunately, like you said, they could not quite earn a flagpole, earn the map control they wanted off of it. Instead, Sparty is in the perfect position to get kills with the AR. He's already got Suppressed, nade into Kratos, still wants a piece of it, apparently. Kratos gonna try to get out of this fight, only for Sparty to catch him, and now he's got positioning back flag too.
Love that kill come out of Spartan. That's 2 down. Make that 3 down for Team Exit. eUnited want to make something happen, but the final player Suppressed, able to pull off a clutch double kill to slow down the momentum coming out of eUnited.
Rain's kill there was massive, though. He still holds on to positioning, and how does he get another kill on the Kratos, too? Bringing to shut Kratos down and give his team a lane to push on through to keep the pressure up in their base. Suppress now going to drop this time. And without that line of defense, Rain might have a chance for the flag. You can see his teammates not quite with him just yet. He'll throw it out front, maybe bait someone to it. Wants to play this patient, though.
Great awareness coming out of Rain right there to pull that flag, but not to overcommit to it because they still have some slays to do. You cannot get a flag across the map against this level of competition unless you clearly have numbers. Sometimes it takes 1, 2, or even 3 rounds of slays before you're able to capture a flag, as the overshield gonna change hands over towards Arctic of Team Exit.
Arctic still going, but only for so long here. Of course, Ryan with the shot, he puts him down. Suspector, Kratos there in position to get the trades. Kratos gonna close the distance onto Rain. He'll take a trade with it. That's 3 members of XSET still up in center map here. Sparty gonna drop as well. So XSET with center map control and an opportunity to keep that in their favor. Suspector being a nuisance here, right below Nick. Nick not ready for that challenge. The movement at a Suspector to change lane and then dodge the team nade. He's still in play here.
Suspector still staying alive and now going to start to advance forward. Ends up getting the kill over toward the cafe side without any timing loss. Starts to work on the spawners coming in here. But now there's multiple players at eUnited starting to push forward towards the bridge, and they're going to need to reset a bit.
Suspector just won't die. Rocket spawning up as well. Oh wait, he didn't see the player pick it up though. His opponent just picked up those rockets, I believe. Actually, no, it's his teammate. I take it back. Exactly what he wants. XSET with rockets. Ryan not checking his corners there as he gets taken. Rain down below spots him. It looks like Arctic's just going to go full-on chase to find him. Bit of a loss of positioning there as well, but no chance. Wait, what?
What?
A loss of everything. He got his ankles broken.
Arctic giving up that cafe position to try to make sure that he finished off Rain, who was trying to overextend and be that Walshy-like flank player. He wanted to make sure that he wasn't able to do so, but the rocket ends up failing. Rain is not only alive, but he even has a bulldog as well. Things are looking very good for eUnited.
Rain shutting down XSET's entire game plan with that play and flipping the map in their favor. Now Nick's still alive out front. He's going to try to work with Nick on Rocket's side to keep the angles and pressure up so XSET can't break out of their base. Give his teammates time to come back to center to help too. You can see the rotation already coming in. Grapple as well into the doorway. Drops Suspector. Easy money for him, but can he keep it up? Suppress gonna be the next victim too. This is perfect for United. They got a chance here.
Rain currently 11-4, advancing forward towards that flag. He also has Spartan with the overshield. A little bit of extra shields there, but it can be melted. Spartan finding out very quickly, but either way, Flag is on the move. One down for each of these teams here. Rain ends up getting it towards the Rocket side, ends up getting the play with the Bulldog. That's going to be a killing spree, and he's still advancing the Flag forward.
Is this the same life? Can we just keep in mind the fact that Rain surviving from that shotgun, from the Rockets, with the shotty, just created this, and now he's running the Flag off of it too. The man's still going, gonna take the Flag out the double doors. Grapple goes down, shotty goes down as well. As that Flag sits out front, great position for eUnited to collect it, but they need to play patiently here. You can see Arctic, a line of defense. As I say it, Ryan gonna rotate it through. They got it to the end zone here, likely gonna cap. So great play at eUnited, all coming off of Rain's survivability out on the shotty side.
XSET did a great job of taking down Rain while he was running the Flag and also had the grapple. He could have made a play, but it wasn't enough. eUnited still end up punching that Flag in, but a counter pull be coming in from Kratos, but he gets hunted down quickly.
XSET looking for an immediate answer to this Flag, and so far they might do it. Suppress gonna run it out through bottom mid, getting tagged up just a little bit here. Kratos here to support him, help with the escort. So far, I don't think there's anybody in position to stop this from going through double doors. So XSET, despite the blunder letting that first Flag go in, they completely regain. They got a counter of their own, now 1-1.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen a more free Flag run from
it
wasn't the fastest run in the world either. I was like, they literally didn't get touched right there. But now eUnited reserving their lives, reserving their health, and now they're going to start to create some offense here and put the pressure on XSET. One round of slays, and that Flag will be pulled.
And this is just the tug-of-war of this map. eUnited, despite going down a Flag, they know that they have map positioning because XSET had to give up resources to bring that Flag back. With the advantage, you would think Ryan would be okay here, but I almost lost my my cool, Tony. I know you just had a heart attack.
My heart just like kind of sank right down. So don't tell me Ryan is going to put on skates, but he ends up clutching out the kill.
Okay.
And eUnited are still pushing forward. Meanwhile, Spartan having the Rockets in hand. This is the difference maker. Shot comes in, but that player's smartly not going to challenge Rockets. Good move, good move.
Good move for sure. Patience is a virtue here. Spartan just looking for the opportunity. He needs to get a clean kill, and he does.
What?
He gets two.
No.
That's exactly what he wanted. He's going to go straight to Flag, waste no time with the grapple. Rain and Ryan already working the alleyway to pick up Kratos, and this is looking like a free Flag here for eUnited, assuming they cut off the spawners, which should be, I believe, out center. Unless Arctic stops it with a one. Wait, what the? Kratos ready to get returned. XSET completely flip around what looked like a free Flag for a second there.
Plays are being made. You actually had Spartan coming in with that rocket, getting a 2-for-1 with the rocket, and then grappling up and making sure that Flag got pulled so quickly. And then Arctic making the 2-for-1 play with the grenade to stop the Flag from making it any further than the 50% portion of the map. And the return comes in, and just like that, we're tied up at one apiece.
I mean, coming into this series, we're doubting XSET a little bit. Especially considering they lost the previous series to Pioneers. They go up against eUnited. If anything, you'd expect it to be more difficult for XSET this time around, but they continue to find ways to fight back. They continue to keep this game at a tie. They don't have center map, though, that's for sure. Kratos going to drop. Arctic, though, flanked already all the way through to Flag. So that might come into play. You can see he already pulled a Flag off the overextension, but his teammates are all dead.
Yeah, with your teammates 3 down, you're most likely not going to get that Flag anywhere. Arctic well aware of that, so he slows things down. Meanwhile, Rain is already on the offense on the opposing bridge, currently 17-9 with 7 assists. Arctic ends up winning the individual gunfight. That's going to be a perfect kill, and that might be what XSET need to start to advance that Flag forward.
That was wild. On a dime, Arctic just sprinted, jumped, and turned in the air into a small drop slide on the base of that ramp to fly into the gunfight, and then strafed and won it off. Like that movement was nerdy as hell. I'm surprised that wasn't Ryan with that movement right there. That was crazy at Arctic.
Multiple down going Team eUnited. They had the Flag pull in. I thought it was going to be good, but XSET coming right off a spawn and making their presence known immediately on the map. Rain on screen now. This is the leading slayer right now for the squad, tied up with Ryan, but also having 8 assists at the moment.
Damn. You see Kratos just fly by above. Arctic going to come down from down low, and Sparty going to drop on top of him. So 2 kills out of eUnited just to turn the favor. Sparty going to drop as well from Suppressed, who's still being a nuisance here in their base. Going to hide near double doors. Nick up above. Sparty, he's been found. Suppressed, he's been found, but it doesn't matter. He wins his fight on the Nick. Going to come back to center map. As he does it, Suspector has the Rockets. Playmaking opportunities here for XSET if they keep this up. 2. Oh.
Because of the Rockets, Suspector pulling off the double kill. 3 down, go eUnited. And let me tell you, I have not seen XSET look this good. I mean, they've come out with some big wins, and they're really putting on eUnited, as we talked about before, who should be the favorites on paper, but XSET not going down whatsoever. Can't say the same for King Nick. He's hitting the black screen.
It was a nice try for sure, pulling out the Halo 5 background right there with the thrust backwards just to avoid that last shot, but unfortunately couldn't quite do it. The battle for center continues as Arctic takes the flag out through alley. Ryan Noob waiting with the shotgun to ensure that that flag goes nowhere. OS spawning up though. So once again, players going to be drawn out to center, suppressed in a perfect spot for this OS. You'd like to see him stay alive and keep this up. It's a Hail Mary cross map. Got to stay up. Suspector can help here. They should be able to win OS. We'll see as XSET keep this close.
Ryan having the Bulldog in hand, turning around and gets 1 kill, but not able to get the second one. Somehow Spartan has a Mangler in hands, and he's going to need if he wants to defend his base. Mangler on Mangler crime, and it looks like Arctic coming out a little bit farther. Kratos ends up getting a clutch kill when XSET once again are on the offense.
Neither of these teams able to get a clean break. We've seen a beautiful display on both sides, but nobody walking away with a free flag opportunity here because they can't get around the slays. Though, as I say, this might happen. Suppressed has it. He has 2. Nick somehow lives, though. That's a huge kill into Arctic. Suspector takes him, but because Nick got that kill, he slowed down the flag, and now XSET can't get to it as quickly as they had intended. 3 members of eUnited now up in the alley. Beautiful dynamo nade. That'll rip the shields off them.
Oh,
that's
my.
Three dead from Suspector off the dynamo and a couple shots. The BR. Now the flag's out because of it. This might be game. Off this play, he's still shutting them down. Arctic will take the kill, but that was the game right there, Tony.
Suspector throwing the most valuable dynamo grenade I've ever seen. The nades come in, 3 go down, and even able to put the final player to 1 shot. Because of that, that flag goes in, and XSET end up putting the second flag cap on the map with only 30 seconds on the board.
eUnited got no time left to answer, but the entire team is currently flying up on double doors to do so. Multiple did just die for XSET. 15 seconds. eUnited, they need to fly and pick up a flag to trigger sudden death. Rain got no shields to do it, though. Teammates with him. Everyone diving into base here. Suppressed dead. One of them just dove over their head. I think that was Kratos, who might have died as well. So Arctic Suspector still up, still in advanced positions. Arctic does have OS, but that flag is out. Arctic not ready somehow. Does get the kill. Can they get this flag through?
Arctic barely having any overshield left, but has the Mangler in his back pocket. He has to do everything he can to stop this flag from going in, because we are still in sudden death. They're not dropping the flag whatsoever. Arctic now going in for the play. Excellent shots, but Spartans are even better. Takes him down. Now Spartan ends up home free in this base, but they still need a return.
eUnited are playing this as carefully as possible. They do not want to desperate the flag out center map and risk losing it. So Spartan is just playing it close to his chest, that's for sure. He's got Ryan Noob with him as well. They need to make sure they get Slay so he has the safety to bring the flag through. And XSET don't want to give up that defensive line. You can see Kratos now in trouble. Arctic Nick, they trade. Kratos gonna try to hold on to Locker here. Beautiful shots at Ryan Noob to try to suppress Suspector, but can't quite do it. 2 members of XSET, they're gonna move up. Spartan a line of defense, but he's running out of teammates for this, and he might not be able to stay alive.
And that's it, the flag goes down, so now they're working on the return. They don't need a flag cap. The return comes in, it's gonna be it, but bodies are being dropped, and it looks like that's gonna be it. Team XSET coming out with a 2-1 win, and now having a 2-1 lead in this series. XSET are 1 win away from pulling off the upset.
Tony, did you see this coming? Real quick.
Yes. Oh, I 100%. So, oh, yeah, I called this. I 100% that XSET is going to go 2-1 in the series behind some incredible plays. Yeah, I said this.
Now, what we said was eUnited is definitely winning. There's no hope. There's no chance. Based off of the last series that we saw with Pioneers, there's just no chance. We're a bunch of liars, apparently. Suspector, Suppressed, Kratos, Arctic, they're proving us wrong, especially Suppressed. At the very end of that game. My God, it was Suppressed, right? The triple throws the dynamo. So Suspector. Okay, I take it back. Suspector with the dynamo into the alleyway, and what a beautiful spot to use a dynamo nade. That all came off of the play that, remember King Nick in the back of the base, he got a clutch save to ensure they couldn't get to the flag right away. Because of that, eUnited in the alley, they thought they had they thought they didn't need to overextend. They thought they could continue to defend.
Yeah.
which just worked out in Suspector's favor as he throws a dynamo and picks up a massive triple, and their whole team has no opportunity to defend the flag. But man, I mean, what a back and forth. What a game 3.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I was joking around. Like, nobody had it. But we did say
nobody expected it.
We did say eUnited were favorites on paper, but
nobody suspected it.
I also did mention that if there's any team that kind of pull off the upset, it's definitely XSET. XSET are such a been there, done that kind of roster that I wouldn't be surprised if they pull off the big wins against a lot of these amazing teams such as eUnited, FaZe, Sentinels, and even Optic.
Sure.
They really have that experience. They also have that firepower as well as we're going into potential last game in the series. I mean, this is game number 4, eUnited versus XSET, and eUnited are the ones on the ropes.
eUnited in trouble. It's still pools. Of course, regardless of their placing in pools, they will stay in the tournament, but this is a question of, do you end up in lower bracket to start the tournament?
Exactly.
Do you end up in winner's side bracket with a good seed? We'll see. This, like you said, is their final opportunity to defend themselves in this series. Recharge, oddball will be the play.
This is it. This is what everybody's been training for. This is what you've been
Training
scrimming,
for.
putting your practice in, putting those rounds in, putting that time into the game is to make it here on land and try to win yourself a championship. Both of these teams wanted to make something happen. eUnited trying to force a game number 5. Meanwhile, XSET trying to put the nail in the coffin and put eUnited down and pull off the upset.
XSET have not been in this position all tournament, Tony. They have not had this opportunity yet. And now that they have it, I'd like to see them take it. We'll start with Suspector. Who else but Suspector to start our game in a fight with Sparty, but a fight he'll back off from. You do not want to challenge Sparty with a shock and a camo.
And as Alex alluded to before the game started, I mean, this is pool play. So if you're the last team in your pools, you get dropped to elimination bracket right off the rip. My gosh, shock rifle coming in, Spartan. Absolutely going insane. If you come out on top, though, you end up with a nice little round advantage in winners bracket starting in round number 2. So lots on the line here in pools going into Championship Sunday eventually.
Always a lot on the line, thankfully. That's the beauty of these LAN tournaments, Tony. The best 16 teams in North America are facing off. We get the pleasure of witnessing it. The pleasure of witnessing Suspector's gameplay as well as he picks up yet another double and gives XSET an opportunity for early ball control.
Nothing suspect about that. That was legit right there. Beautiful double kill coming out as Suspector. Meanwhile, Suppressed chucking an excellent denial, stopping anybody from pushing over towards that Whirlpool side of things. And now he's going to rotate the ball over towards his teammates that were spawning on the long haul side, so making it as hard as possible for eUnited to push from across the map.
XSET with resources, ball in their hand, though they're quickly losing them. Ryan Noob here to shut down a couple. He'll drop one, Sparty with the other, ball back in their hands, and ball on C side as well for an easy play. You know what, I take it back. That play happens from XSET. Suspector, what a great move from him, right? To be the last one alive there, throw the ball off the map, and in position for his teammates to get near it, maybe collect it off their spawn. Suppress gonna try to do just that. And it's up to Ryan Noob to ensure it doesn't happen.
And now everybody has to rotate their positioning to get ready for this camouflage as Ryan, who going down to one shot, was gonna die in that individual gunfight, but repulses that player back, ends up earning the assist, but Ryan, who does eventually go down. I believe that camouflage is still in play.
What can King Nick do? From up top map, drops down to control, bottom control. Of course, ball still in long haul here. Suspector gonna hold on to it. King Nick just gonna wait. Does not want to overextend right away. They actually give him the ball for a second. He'll take full advantage. If he can rotate that back for a setup here, especially with his teammates picking up kills, trade does come out. He'll drop out for the fight on the Arctic, does take it. Surprise Suspector under fire, and Sparty, let's see what he does with the shock.
The shock rifle in the hands of any one of these professional players is a true power weapon. You can make things happen. Sometimes I like it even more than the sniper because it is literally that good. Suspector going down to one shot but ends up being cleaned up. Arctic going to try to get away with the Mangler, but he's going to go down to one shot as well, dodging nades and somehow repositioning, and now going right at Nick. My gosh, Arctic really making some things happen.
Arctic's been making moves all series. I mean, we saw it back in Bazaar. He does get dropped here, but I expect to see more of it. Sparty, of course, no slouch as well. I feel like the moment that Sparty starts popping off is the moment it's game over for these boys, so they need to shut him down. You can see Arctic actually sneaking up from down low. The perfect 1v1. for us to witness here too. Arctic in trouble. Sparty going to clean that up. He'll come back from down low here, but the fight still continues for ball out on C. Surprise going to try to play it, and he does. Once again, XSET very good at making sure that eUnited do not get any kind of guaranteed setups.
XSET did momentarily go 3 down, so eUnited doing a very good job of slaying out. No ball time just yet off of it, but they do have positioning. Meanwhile, XSET are now spawning over toward the A side of the base, so eUnited going to try to surround them, get another collapse, and get another round of slays, and then pull that ball as Spartan ends up taking it down, but we're still at 2 apiece. As far as lives go, Spartan needs to start to go off. He needs to put more bodies down and start to grab hold of that ball.
Interesting out of Spartan there. Him backing off opened up the spawn there in elevator. I think a couple splits tagged him up because of it. He does still live. Gonna try to hold on to control here. He's got a teammate out front, Ryan, who's just barely staying alive. Shots into Suspector and Arctic as well. He'll keep going for Arctic for just a second before backing up. Can't quite live. I like the attempt. Now up to King Nick, who does have camo as well. Can't survive either. The fight for the ball here continues, looking like a bit of a slayer here until 2 drop. XSET, they might have timing. They got to be quick off their slays to get to that ball and convert it to a setup. If they're not, we just continue this scrappy gunfights.
26-22 going in favor of Team XSET at the moment, but it might as well be tied when it comes to oddball when it's this close. Arctic coming out of nowhere, getting that easy melee kill, ends up putting that player down to 1 shot, backing down and prioritizing his life, and then grappling the oddball to himself, but might have done a little too early. He didn't have his shields out, forced to play the ball towards the middle of the map, being in a more baitable position.
We'll see if that helps him at all. Of course, King Nick's still up on A. He's got a great vantage point to support Ryan Doob. Ryan Doob now taking the ball out and bring it back to him. Actually brings it back to C instead. We'll see how they coordinate around the C setup. You can see they already got 2 members out long haul taking kills. Spart with another. Shots into Suppress too. Arctic, I think, flanking while this happens. So Sparty as a defensive line. I like that he changes targets. Right up into Arctic. And that was such a beautiful attempt out of Spartan, but Arctic still shuts it down.
Arctic giving him the wiggles right there. Love that strafe coming out of it. Literally putting player on skates, but eUnited starting to bounce back. 3 down, go XSET. That's going to be a double kill, and all 4 members down for Team XSET, and somehow the ball
slips
not in the hands right now.
The ball just slipped right off the ledge there. And I feel like an opportunity that Spartan might have had to collect time now lost. Nick gonna take a kill. Sparty looking for more. They got positioning on Attic too. You would have hoped for them to have ball control here, right? I feel like this is ball time opportunity that just went to waste. Oh, they're bleeding out the timer. Thank you, Tony. 3 seconds left. I totally missed it. They'll take the round off that 2. eUnited, they knew exactly what to do in that situation.
Yeah, I was right there with you. I saw the ball kind of slip out of them. I'm like, was that a mistake or was it not meant to do that? Then I looked at the time, I'm like, oh, wait, eUnited know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to run out the time. Mind you guys, if you have the ball in your hands, that timer actually stops. So literally, eUnited said, let's put this in a beta position, make it impossible for XSET to grab it, and let the time do the work for us. Excellent awareness coming out of eUnited.
And sometimes that's all you need to win the round, along with a couple slays as well. Ryan Doob gonna take a double off the rip here. Gets shot up by Suppressed and Arctic. He'll drop. And that does not quite lead to a ball pickup just yet. Ball still sits out center. Slay's gonna continue. No thanks to Spartan.
Spartan now advancing forward over towards the Whirlpool side, but luckily for him, he's not committing to that because there's 2 players now funneling over towards bottom goal. The nades come in, ends up taking down 1, and that's going to be a double kill coming out of Spartan. His bite louder than the bark.
It's a hell of a bite for sure. Let's see if he can continue to do just that. He'll chase Press down. He'll take the kill. Grapples out too. Still got the shock as well. He can make a play.
Oh my God.
And he does.
Tyler.
He'll clothesline Suspector. The ball back in the hallway, and watch your damn face, Kratos. That's it. Lights out.
What is going on? Who is this guy? Tyler is going off at the moment here, now having the shock rifle and still doing the same. Mind you, as a grapple as well. So it's a play as another perfect kill across the map. This young man is going off. New Jersey's finest.
Oh, the moment Sparty starts connecting, it's just lights out for the team. 21 points off that, not too bad. XSET can definitely still recover and recover quickly. So thankfully they killed Sparty when they did. We'll see. United trying to play slow off this ball setup. Need the kills first. Kratos first victim. Arctic still with the ball. Looks like a trade comes in. That's a Spectre down below.
Oh.
Can't take Sparty though. Man, Sparty's waking up here, Tony.
I mean, I know this guy. You know, we both from Jersey. The only thing we know is hair gel, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches, and flame
And headshots.
faces. That's the only thing we know in Jersey.
Oh my God. Not it. Oh, about to have a heart attack here. Spartan hitting every shot. Maybe thankfully for the enemy team, he's only got 3 more shots. And we'll see if he can put it to good use here. Of course, holding on to A. Ball now behind them, so a setup. XSET forced to push forward into the arms of Spartan, who takes another kill and a grapple right back into safety. My God.
And while the slaves are going down, I mean, that's still good points being put on the board here for eUnited here.
Oh.
Another double kill goes in for the triple kill. Spartan, the dog. My gosh.
He just keeps going. Ball gets rotated to control as it happens. Gonna sit in the doorway. Kratos, beautiful. Uses the grapple to bring it back to him safely. Can get a couple seconds here. Teammates gonna likely converge around it to help out, but eUnited right back on the challenge. Sparty there to lead it. I don't even think we should switch off POV.
Nah.
I think he dies, we'll go back for 8 seconds, and then we come back to his POV, because clearly he's the playmaker right now.
I mean, the man is 14-3 in this round right now. Doesn't even have enough time to get any
Look at his
assists.
teammates. 2 and 3. They can't. Like, what is this? He's the Terminator.
It's a Spartan show.
Yeah, jeez. He's a real-life Spartan. Shout out to real-life Spartan. My God. Still going.
Not done yet. The melee comes in, almost able to connect the headshot, but prioritizing his life, putting down as much damage as possible. Meanwhile, his teammates off the screen getting back-to-back kills. eUnited starting up the tempo. Spartan ends up adding another one. This young man has 15 kills at the moment. The entire enemy team has 16 in this round.
Spartan living in this spot is such a nuisance for the enemy team. It's an anchor position up in attic. He's got a sight line to cross across the map while the team tries to get to A where the ball is. Spartan's there just pestering them, weakening shields, taking kills. Immediately rotates out back map here too. Now he's coming in for a flank. The way this man's playing, it just seems too perfect.
Man's so confident, he doesn't even walk anymore. He just grapples everywhere, apparently.
Oh,
Takes down Arctic, tries to repulse the grenade damage back, but still ends up going down to one shot. And finally, Spartan the dog ends up going to the black screen and exit. Now have a chance to formulate their setup as eUnited go momentary forward down.
XSET finally catch their breath. Finally got a breather here. Can they make a play off of it? So, of course, Spartan not going to let him do it. I love how the observers actually listen to me. We're just going back to Sparty. Tony, it's the Sparty show this round. They hit the curb slide straight up into the hallway here. He's right behind Suspector with very quick timing. Doesn't opt to go for it, though. Arctic there, too. Multiple drop. You can see how he plays it carefully in situations that he's at a deficit. XSET still get to rotate the ball out, so maybe a setup opportunity for him.
88-46 lead going in favor of eUnited, but XSET are putting some good points on the board.
Wow.
eUnited need to bounce back. They need to bounce back, otherwise things are going to get really out of control.
They are starting to do so. They do have the ball A side. Got to be careful. You can see they're rotating it now just to keep it out of the arms of the enemy here and out of the line of fire of Spartan. Spartan's still pestering them. It's just not quite enough to bounce through. Got Rain in the front of the doorway too. Ryan with a big opening kill here. That limits them. 2 dead. Kratos now in trouble as well. This is the pinch they needed. Sparty with the ball too. Final 10 seconds right here.
That it is, and every point being put on the board. The nades are starting to come in. XSET are getting desperate. They need to get the ball out of his hands, and Spartan won't drop it, and that's gonna be it. eUnited are sending us into a game number 5.
Is it just me, or was that a combination of strafing to dodge shots, but also Sparty shaking his head at Kratos?
You know what?
Saying,
I saw
you
that.
know what, buddy? It's game over. He's just shaking his. That's what it looked. That looked like BM right there, from my perspective, and strafing. At the same time, it was kind of optimal. So eUnited taking that, they bring us back to a tie. They bring us to our first game 5, Tony. Maybe the first game 5 of the tournament. Of course, I haven't checked Alpha side, but man, what a series this has been.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we've seen people like, you know, tuck their head and like strong side away
No,
to like try to avoid damage. But yeah, but he was just shaking head left to right. I've never seen that any kind of way to try to stay alive as long as possible. So you might be right.
Nope.
That might have been just a little bit of bad manners.
Bit, yeah.
But you know what? I mean, it's XSET, you know, they're the kings of bad manners. You already know.
I would love to take a look at the stats on that. I don't know if we got that in the background. no stats, unfortunately, because Spartan was, what, popping off at the beginning of that game? Throughout the series, especially at the end there, we had, what was it, 16-4 was his score line, to the point where the observer is just locked on him for the duration of the game. So if there's any keys to success coming into Game 5, I think the first one for XSET is just shut down Spartan. You got to shut him down. The man's on a tear.
Well, easier said than done. I mean, he
Fair
was literally doing it by himself. I remember when I said he had that 17 kill mark, the entire enemy team had 18 kills. Literally had one more kill than Spartan
his entire
himself.
team was like -2. They had like, we had 2 kills and 3 kills. So, you know, Spartan collectively just owned the lobby, I guess, apparently. But like you said, it's not an easy task. It's what they have to do, though. I think they're going to have to shut down Sparty in this game. Start there, and we'll see if they can still take the game after that. Because, of course, eUnited, they're going to step up in his place like they've done.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what exactly XSET are going to do to try to close things out. Because mind you, they had a 2-1 lead going into this game. One more game, and that was it. They could have pulled off the upset against eUnited, but as we know, eUnited are the favorites, and they're not going to go down easy.
What I love about this series is it could go either way. So make sure you stick with us and watch this final match. And make sure you watch everything in this broadcast. We got 4 different places to watch the action conveniently. We got the Alpha broadcast, of course, twitch.tv/Halo. Bravo right here, twitch.tv/Xbox, about to jump into Game 5. And then on Charlie and Delta, we just got raw gameplay. You can just watch the game and enjoy it. Of course, this ensures that everyone gets to watch every game in this tournament.
Big thank you to Xbox, and big thank you to you guys in the chat right now, because every moment that you're in here, you'll actually be earning points towards getting that Twitch drop. And these are some beautiful skins here that we have here on your battle rifle, on your sidekick, and even on your assault rifle as well. So no matter what playlist you play, you can definitely make sure that you see that skin. However, make sure that your accounts are linked up in the Halo Waypoint and the Twitch, so this way you get your rewards. But man, I love these skins. They're beautiful.
Wait, so Tony, if I have both the Xbox stream and the Halo stream open, do I double my chances of drops? No?
No.
Really? Oh, because I was going to say, I just get multiple streams open to keep the drops up. Either way, make sure you guys are watching so you can increase your chances, get some of those skins, because pretty damn nice looking skins. And just a couple of many more that we have. Of course, you got all the team skins in the game. So much to work with to, I guess, make your Spartan beautiful. And support the crowdfunding in esports as well. Our tournament prize pool, from 125 to 150K, thanks to the crowdfunding on skins here, which is just lovely to see.
That's actually an extra $9,000 going to first place alone. Just first place is getting $9,000 richer. So whoever wins this, Cloud9, I want to get a huge thank you to myself and the rest of the community for helping with the crowdfunding.
Let's take a look at the series layout once again, Tony. Of course, our match is still in session. We're just getting ready to jump into the 5th and final game. The moment it's ready, we're going to play it up for you. That final game is Slayer on Livefire. All this comes down to a Slayer, as it typically does in Best of 5. So far, we had a Strongholds on Street with a strong opening out of XSET. eUnited, they bounced back in Aquarius. That was actually nail-bitingly close. Remember that XSET, they started to gather their footing. It was a little too late when they did so. But at the very end there, they would not go down. They brought it back to a 4-kill deficit. So maybe here is where they show up. It's where they're going to have to show up, that's for sure.
We've seen XSET make incredible comebacks on Slayer. We've seen eUnited coming out on top on that Slayer. Now we're going back to Slayer here in Game 5, this time on Livefire. You gotta control the sniper in the middle of the map. You gotta make sure that you get a hold of that Mangler as well. Hey, I'm be honest with you. If you're not grabbing onto the power up, I don't know what you're doing, because that could be a difference maker as well. If you control the sandbox, you will come out on top. Both of these teams know it.
The first Game 5 of HCS Anaheim, Tony, man, it's good to see. And the first of many, I'm sure. We got a ton of close matchups coming up in this tournament, but why not start it on a Friday and start it with who else but Spartan to kick off our Game 5 here, as he's looking for an opening kill. He's going to have to work hard for it. You know, XSET are not going to make it easy as he rotates around B. Man, what is this? Rotation? They can't find them. Suppressed finally will. Repulsor in as he takes the fight. Good opening here at a Suppressed.
That is, but now Suppressed is taking some heavy damage here over towards the B side. luckily able to back down and play his life off a screen. Ryan Noob taking down Arctic, and just like that, we were tied up at 3 apiece. I love that repulse nade play going directly at that play on the sandbag. Sadly, wasn't enough.
What does the opening strat all come down to, Tony? It comes down to weapon control, map control. And it looks like, thankfully for XSET, Kratos has this snipe. He just needs to find an opportunity with it, and that did not come. Ryan Noob shut that down pretty quickly. As he jumped over to the boxes, I think he got tripped too. He couldn't move backwards. Got caught in the geometry there. Ryan Noob taking full advantage. Should be able to collect the snipe as well. So all of a sudden, eUnited completely flipped this. It might be 6-5 now, but this is about to change.
Yeah, especially now that he has the sniper over towards that C side of the map. The spawner's now going in towards A, so eUnited in the more dominant position that you're seeing here on the map. Ryan going to try to make a play, ends up missing the body shot, whips out the BR, and that's going to be just as good, taking down Suppressed.
Ryan so quickly to rotate with this snipe. Wants to make his position elusive, though. As I said, he's going right back to tower. Just trying to figure out where to fit himself in between his teammates here to be the most useful. They got a great little perimeter here, too. Nick already overextended to B. OS coming up, though, as well. That will draw them out. XSET right now in position for it. Unless King Nick can get a sneaky flank. You can see Suppress is waiting for it. Rain, in the meantime, he's got the heat wave. Timing perfect, too. XSET, they leave OS to try to challenge. They're losing their numbers because of it.
I don't know where the energy's coming here out of XSET. They seem quiet. They seem almost lethargic right now. And eUnited are looking so good in this game number 5. XSET needs to bounce back. And as I say that, Ryan Noob now having the OS, so it's going to be even harder for XSET to try to make anything happen here.
So carefully played at eUnited. I feel like other teams might have desperated, got closer to that OS a little earlier. Instead, eUnited, they just formed a perimeter around the map from C all the way to A and waited for their opportunity. Because of it, Ryan Noob, OS, snipe in hand. He does pick up a kill on the Suspector. Nick gonna get one as well. Kratos now in a hell of a lot of trouble. He's still trying to stay up. And if he drops down, Rain's gonna be there to meet him and make sure he doesn't live long.
The heat wave so deadly in this game with the one-shot melee potential or even the two-shot kill. You gotta watch out for it. Even try to run away, it can bounce off of walls and hunt the player down. The sniper rifle now gonna be out of ammo, but Ryan gonna quickly trade it off for that heat wave.
Just gonna lock down back B. Suppressed already with a kill on Disparty. This is what XSET are looking for. They got multiple here. They got map positioning too. Kratos, Suspector, in position to pick up Slays. 4 spawns outside off of this. Can they gain any momentum from it? Now 14-16. Suspector and Suppressed with high ground control. So XSET exactly where they want to be. And a snipe.
The game actually really starting to slow down here as both of these teams not wanting to make any mistakes whatsoever. Time might end up becoming a factor if they slow it down this much. Suspector going to be advancing forward over towards top mid with the sniper. And there's a player over toward the outlines. He obviously can't see that, but he's going to actually collect a different angle here.
And Tony, this is something we saw with eUnited back in Pro Series, back in Raleigh. When it comes to Slayer live fire, unlike other teams, they play this very slow, right? In the moment that they're at a deficit, whether they got an advantage or a disadvantage, they do not overextend. They do not, you know what, until they know they got kills. Look at the feed right now, 3 dead. All up the Suspector to hit shots. And right now he can't even afford to do it. Oh, wait!
God bless.
Are you kidding? He'll take a face onto B, and because of it, they lost a couple of resources. I guess they got the OS, but I mean, my God, I'm still reeling from that, Tony.
Beautiful shot coming in, looking like a fadeaway off the tower. Somehow, Ryan Noob, though, getting away with the overshield and started to advance forward. There's any chance they could break this setup here, it's going to be on the backs of this overshield. Ryan Noob quickly putting shots onto multiple players, but now losing it all, loses all those advantages, and now he's kind of by himself here. Oh, but hold on, 3 down, go exit, and Suspect going to be the last one to go down. So now eUnited getting the squad wipe and holding on to a 24-18 lead.
Definitely going to want to drop Suspector after this snipe he just pulled off. But is Rain any worse, though, right? Apparently not. You give the snipe to anybody on this XSET team, they're going to pop off with it. Now 27, or sorry, this eUnited team. You know what, Tony? I'm mixed up. The score definitely isn't, though. 27-18. eUnited handily controlling this. And it's because of their patience that I mentioned earlier. They don't give up map. They don't give up advantages.
Oh,
Range is going to get Hail Mary nade doubles from tower. He's not moving.
What a play coming in out of Rain. And every time XSET try to claw the way back into it, eUnited makes some kind of play to suck the energy out of the room, and that's exactly what's happening with XSET right now. They don't have that energy they had literally all series long when they were controlling it. As of right now, eUnited have stolen all the momentum, and XSET are in trouble in this Game 5.
XSET can't seem to find an opening. They do get a trade. That was a spree at Sparty as he drops. Heatwave down. Kratos, Nick, they'll pick up a couple kills. The trades at this point, not what XSET's looking for. Rain's just going to chase Kratos down. That's 35 now off of it. Just a massive deficit to come back from. They're not making it any easier. Ryan now with the extra shields, the snipe in hand too. And XSET, they got to back off yet again.
Ryan, the leading Slayer on his team right now with 11 and 5, 7 assists as well, having the sniper rifle in his back pocket because he's doing all of the damage with the battle rifle, taking down Kratos. Meanwhile, off his screen, Suspector going after Spartan, but multiple players are hitting the kill feed. And eUnited,
that would have been sick. I love the attempt. If he spun around, this is a mouse and keyboard moment, by the way, Tony. If he did a complete 180, instantly hit the repulse, he would have got back on the map. But I love the attempt. He almost reached that clamber, would have stayed alive. You can tell the cogs are turning, and Ryan Noob's spraying there. Sparty also on the same wavelength. He's already got to pick up on the Suspector. 40 to 26 now. Tony, I mean, what are the chances that that XSET find an answer here?
He would have needed that Tylenol sensitivity to try to make it back on the map here. Yeah. Suppressed ends up getting the, I believe he's able to get that kill on the one-shot player. However, Spartan going to quickly answer back, and now 41 to 27 in favor of eUnited. Doesn't even feel like it's who's going to win. It almost feels like a matter of time before eUnited end up winning. But I do not count XSET out. Anything can happen.
Like you said, it just doesn't look like they can contend with this eUnited team. They will drop Nick. They got to get back top map. I think something. Wait a sec. Maybe they could just get a round of slays right here. A double off to Arctic. Off of Arctic, he can't get the follow-up kill, so Ryan going to bounce out and bounce right back to high ground. Something eUnited doing so well. They're controlling the top of the map, holding position, and not giving up position unless they absolutely need to for these weapons.
And XSET cannot seem to get them out of that position because eUnited are winning those gunfights. Simple as that. Holding on to good positioning, but also winning their gunfights equals success, especially when it comes to Slayer, as Ryan Noob hits the return to sender. That's the repulsing the nade back to the thrower and then getting a kill with said nade. What a play coming out of Ryan Noob.
For a second, I saw Ryan Noob die, and then I thought he came back somehow. It was Sparty, though. Going to try to turn the favor. 45 at this point with 5 kills left to close the game and the series, and XSET just looking for answers. They do have the top of the map. I believe we do have Snipe coming up shortly as well, so that will be the point of contention. But you know eUnited, they're not going to get antsy. They're not going to over-aggress. They'll just pester them. I mean, as I say it, though, 3 die. That does leave Rain alone. I believe they know he's here. But that does give them an opportunity for Snipe, too.
Rain holding down the B side of the map, ends up getting the backspec onto Suppress, having no idea where he was, and losing the Mangler. That's really how things have been going here for Team XSET. Everything going in favor of eUnited as they put the 50th kill on the board. We can hear Spartan yelling all the way across the arena as they take game number 5 and the series.
It's a hard-fought series, a series that made it the distance, which is lovely to see. But unfortunately, that last game, it was just lopsided. Tony, the moment eUnited got control, the moment they got the weapons, they did not let them go. Saw some beautiful plays, though, too. Suspector with a fadeaway jump shot, headshot on the B, looking like a machine. But, of course, right after that, you got Rain returning the favor, answering right back. There's always a response at eUnited. Their response just a little better this time, that's for sure. You take a look at it in the stats here, too, Tony. Clear advantage. I mean, Ryan Noob, some of the plays we saw, especially with the repulsor in that game.
Yeah, almost repulsing himself back on the map. Just plays across the board here for eUnited, who had all the momentum. XSET just ran. It almost seemed like they ran out of gas. They ran out of energy in that game number 5, and eUnited took advantage. It's funny, I saw the pictures of them on the screen there momentarily before we brought the stats, and you had Spartan with the thumbs down, and you had Ryan with the peace sign up, almost like they were saying peace to XSET in that picture, as sadly the dream hasn't been made. eUnited coming out on top, and XSET not able to pull off the upset. 3-2 in favor of eUnited.
I feel like I don't know if this is the right reference to use, but the straw that broke the camel's back really was Spartan and his plays in recharge. Because eUnited,
yeah,
they were faltering in the early portion of the series. XSET probably had a lot of confidence coming into Game 4 as well. They felt like they could contend. But when Spartan woke up, picked up the shock rifle, and started, what did he get, like 10 kills in a row? He just started killing everything.
Everything.
I think that's when it fell apart for XSET. And then Live Fire just nail in the coffin. So once again, you know, not to say that Spartan's the glue. I mean, he is a main slayer. You got Rain up there as a main slayer as well. But I just find that that team really, it kind of plays around, is Sparty popping off? If he is, they seem unstoppable. And it's something I expect and I guess hope to see from this team as we go up in the ranks as well. Because I know they're looking for C9. I know they're looking for Sentinels. A lot of heavy hitters they got to beat later on.
As much as I hate agreeing with you, I do. Come on,
That's how it is.
Spartan really was going off, and I don't think he quite got the killing frenzy, but I bet his best spree was probably 9. He was probably literally 1 away from getting a frenzy, and we were going off, man. It was really exciting to watch Spartan in that game number 4, and like you said, that might have been the turning point in the entire series where they just stole all the momentum from Team XSET.
Whoever steals the momentum maybe takes the series and wins it. Of course, it's not over for pools. Not looking good for XSET, though, that's for sure. They've lost 2. We've witnessed both of them. Lost to Pioneers, lost to eUnited. They still have another to play to maybe avoid the lower bracket start. But what a hell of a way to start the day at HCS Anaheim. Of course, we've got plenty more coming up. It's just Friday. Still got Saturday, still got Sunday. So stay with us and make sure you're watching all the streams. We still got Alpha, which is currently in series as well. So jump over there. We'll be right back with Bravo after the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.